Hey guys, this is Owen Productions 2. I know it's been a year since I made a new video, but a lot has changed since then, so I thought I'd make a quick little update. So, I got a lot of new stuff. I also did sell a lot of things. I sold my Tokyo Marui G360, I sold a lot of gear, the little odds and ends that I've sold, pouches, stuff like that. So, that and combined with the normal money I take in a year, I was able to basically revamp my entire airsoft arsenal. So, the first thing I would like to say is that I basically got a complete 1980s kit for airsoft. And for reenacting, if I actually find a unit that will reenact the 80s. Is first ID in 1987 during Reforger exercise. Because I really like the first ID. And a lot of the stuff I actually had already. I already had the BDU set. Already had CAT, I believe. And some bits and pieces of the gear. So why don't we go into it? I might do another extended video on all my 80 stuff in the future. So here's my LC-2 setup. Not really what to say because I'm actually gonna make another video, just going over my gear setup. Well, that's my LC-2 gear. It's actually a fantastic gear. I actually do prefer it to some of the modern chest rigs, not chest rig, but load-bearing vest or equipment setups. Which I'll get to that in a second, actually. Next up, I actually have my gun for my these kit. It's not totally accurate, actually, though, because I was really strapped for cash at the moment, and I had to get this used. It's in very good condition. But what it is it's a JG M16A3, because that was really the best that I could get in terms of M16. You know, I don't want to get an A4 because then I'll have to replace the entire rail system. It's an all plastic model too, so that kind of sucks. It's got a QD sway mount, which is incorrect. It actually kind of sucks because it means that I have less battery space to put this in, I believe. But it's actually a pretty solid gun, actually. The accuracy, a lot to be desired, but it shoots very far. And I have to give it a lot of credit for a gun that I paid $60 plus 2 boneyard guns for. It's pretty good. As my D-Boys AK was dying, I ran it for a while. Just kind of mishmash gear. Got a reproduction cold scope. It's actually Ultralux brand. You get these on, I forget what the name of the site, but they actually specialize in Chinese AKs and Chinese AK parts. But for whatever reason, they actually had this, and I hear this is one of the best of the Colt reproduction scopes. And I think it's the best for its price because those things went up considerably in price from the last time I checked. But I'm in a bit of a dilemma because I'm not sure if I really want to upgrade the internals or upgrade the externals, because this really needs an A2 upper, a metal A2 upper and lower, new stock. That's really it for that. But it really kind of does need it. But considering how far it shoots, I'd also really like to increase the accuracy on this gun because I feel like it's really deserving of it. So that's the M16. Next we have the Cyma AK-74M. So I had my D-Boys for about 2 years when I was starting having troubles with it. It just sucked, basically. Or started to suck. I got a new high torque motor for it. When I sold it for about 6 months, and then it just started shitting the bed again. So I decided I really ought to switch to Cyma AKs because one of my friends had them, and they say they're much better than D-Boys. The VFC ones, at least. Because when I bought the D-Boys, I don't think that Cyma had come out with their VFC clones yet. So I like externals a lot. And D-Boys at the time had better externals than Cyma, so that's why I bought the D-Boys. But by all accounts, I'd say this is probably the best AK you can get for airsoft. And you know, wait a minute. Yes, the ENL is better externally, and I believe to an extent internally as well. And GHK's gas blowback, but considering how much these are, you can't do any better than this at this price. And really, this is an entry-level price gun, but it's really the quality of a mid-price gun. And I'd say that even the mid to upper price AKs, other than like ENL, LC-2, Real Sword, pretty not great. Especially like G&G, their AKs are not the best. So yeah, that's it. I'm actually planning on really pimping it out externally. Kind of wonder if I should have increased it internally, but you know, it shoots pretty good. So I ordered an ergo grip for it. It's the shitty Matrix kind, but they're so comfortable. I ordered a buffer tube adapter, a buffer tube, and I did get my MOE stock in the mail today, so it was good. Lower rail, not Zenitco. I'm not really such a fan of Zenitco because it weighs a lot. It's overdone now, I would say, and it's very expensive, even for like TWI and SR dynamic stuff. I'm only getting a like one of the shitty also Matrix AK lower handguard or lower rails, because I actually do like those aesthetically, and putting my CAC grip on it, and it might get a T1 and magnifier set. I'll see where that lies after that. So that's the AK. Now I got this other off a team member. I'm actually the third person in my unit to own this particular RPK. This was a bit of an impulse buy, but it was an impulse buy that was a good impulse buy. I really love the Metro series of video games, and I like just kind of like the mismatched AK look. And it's actually, I believe it's AKS-74U upper handguard, but you know, it looks like the RPK-74M handguard. Had he not had that handguard, I probably would not have bought this gun. Put some electrical tape on it to make it, you know, more Metro, bro. It's a pretty good gun. The first owner that did have it has the absolute worst luck with airsoft guns. I've never seen someone have worse luck than him. Like, he'll buy like all these like fantastic airsoft guns and like just have them not feed. The worst was his Real Sword SVD. And this didn't really work right properly for a while. It still really doesn't. But the second owner was also on my team. Fixed it up to an extent internally, so it'll actually shoot decent enough on full auto. It'll double feed the first shot usually, but it's not really an issue if you're using long bursts. So I'm using the squad machine gunner now, seeing as my friend's PKM just never works. It's a pretty damn solid gun, I gotta say. I have some issues with some of the pot metal parts, especially the front sight. My front sight's actually misaligned. The design of the bipod kind of sucks. If you're not really using it for airsoft, for like Russian blowout stuff, I recommend ditching a bipod, getting a Harris bipod, and getting just a 74M or like a normal AK stock, because this has no battery space. This forces you to basically use a LiPo, and that's actually what converted me to use LiPos for my AKs, because silencers are LiPo ready. So that's the RPK 74. It's not RPK, it's just 74. What should I go over next? Oh, Vector. So, as you may know from my earlier videos, I have a lot of Marpat, and one of my friends is getting to Marpat gear, and he's like, well, do you want my Chris Vector? I'm like, are you serious? He says, yeah, I don't really want it anymore. And for like a week I tried it, I'm telling him, like, this is a really stupid decision. Are you 100% sure? Like, sure. Granted, this guy doesn't take care of his airsoft guns, like, at all. So, it's a bit beat up. Doesn't come with a front sight. Double feeds constantly, it needs to be cleaned. It doesn't go into full battery all the time. and the folding charging handle has completely broken off, and I believe it's missing the rails as well. But I also traded this for about $100 worth of Marpad, minus the Yotek. I've had that for a while, and the CAC rib. So I really can't complain. I'm probably never going to really use it, but I really love the Vector, so it's a nice wall hanger gun, I suppose. Just reading what I got it for. This CAC rib, this is a real steel one, probably actually be one of my AK once I get my rail. Fit it. Alright. So, the last gear thing I have to do, or I suppose the last thing I have to show in general, is my Molly Spalls and SMERSH. So, the reason I switched to basically like a low bearing system was because, like, as I got to go on, I started realizing that the IRT-D2 was pretty shitty. The Evasion was okay, but you can't really fuck that up because it's Evasion is Evasion. But the stitching was not the best. The stitching on the diagonal section was terrible. It was literally impossible to mount any Molly there. It was completely useless. So that was disappointing. I didn't trust to put stuff on it. Like once I started running the LC-2, I realized the importance of having like a canteen, and I tried putting a canteen on there, but I really didn't trust it to really stay on. So I still have the D2. I think I'm mostly gonna run it as just body armor for like CQB games, so I don't get shot in the dick, basically. And like I said, well, the pouches are pretty good. I don't like using some of their pouches, but if you want to buy IRT Defender D2, I mean IRT D2, don't buy one of the other reproductions that they have now, because I think they have a lot of reproductions now. I say also probably stay away from Toy Soldier. I don't hear the good things about his build quality for really any of this stuff, and I don't think they're very correct. They're cheap, but they're not correct. So this is basically my setup. The dumb pouch is IRT from D2. IRT makes good pouches, I will say that. Molly SMERSH, not a lot you can do. It did come with a VOG 25 as well, but I'm planning on selling that because I don't have a GP 25. And I think I'm getting a different belt system because the way this was to me a very stupid design flaw, as well as the how you actually attach the belt to the belt to the harness. I should go over that in the next video. But yeah, because I started running the LC-2 for my 80s stuff because my Russian gun was falling apart, and I realized just how much better I liked the gear. You could realistically like carry water in, not on a hydro carrier. With like a D2, you'd have to take the whole thing off. It'd be a pain in the ass. This you can it's much easier to take it off. It was much more comfortable to go prone because I really like shooting from the prone. It was also a lot less hot as well, which is a bit of a double-edged sword because it's nicer on the hot days, obviously, but it's not so nice on warm days. I usually run my Russian stuff. That's really it for my gear. I am planning on making another large Russian gear order. I'm going to get a Sumerac suit, probably Sumerac boonie, maybe multicam, I don't know. What else? Oh yeah, it's also going to come with the medical pouch. The little medical pouch goes on your shoulder, so I need to get that. You get some miscellaneous pouches, maybe like a dedicated medical pouch. That's actually probably it. Maybe another canteen because I like having 2 canteens on me. That's really it. So everyone, thanks for watching. I appreciate it, and I hope you guys have a good day.